In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there is a whole slew of grandmothers out there with great tits from the 80s right now.
One works at the Lens Crafters next to me.
I wrote a bit about
She
that.
comes in to buy snacks.
Grandma's tits are great is what I named the bit.
She comes in to buy snacks. I need to tell you that story. You could add to your bit.
There you go.
You could just be me for a minute and be like, so I was working at this bar.
Fucking, do you know what's worse than ants in your pants? Uncles.
It's true. It's true.
Fuck boys! Welcome to the fucking, it's Thursday. We're sitting in kind of a V-shaped circle thing. There's some sticks in our hands. There's drinks on the table. Johnny boy, what are we about to do?
We're about to masturbate,
You
boys.
goddamn right. It is time for a Freedom Friends master debate.
Now that we've talked about fucking
Solving the world's
grandma
problems.
tits, yeah, I'm
Between
primed.
grandma tits and uncles in your pants, one fucking mediocre topic at a time. I'm Mikey. That's Jazz. What's Scott? That's John. We're the Freedom Friends, and
We're not talking about your wife, Scott. Like, relax.
What?
What?
We're talking about good grandma tits.
I mean, she is a grandma.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Do you have grandpa balls now? Was that like an automatic
As soon as
thing?
you got the call,
Like
they just went.
balls it's like the Grinch's heart, but it goes down.
It dropped 4 inches and everything turned gray. I was just like,
He hung up the phone and went to go take a shit and they hit the water. He said,
What the fuck? Oh, yeah, I'm a grandpa now. Shit. Oh, Justin, what do you got for us this week, pal?
All right, boys.
I can't see your face because the big monitor, but I love the fucking laughter in your voice.
I can see his face.
He's laughing.
Oh, fuck. All right. So I want to know, after the world's lost its mind for the last couple years, do you think we are either 1, back to normal, or 2, do you think we will ever be back to normal?
I want
First
to
of
know.
all,
I want to know
define-
when the fuck we were normal.
Yeah, define couple years, bro, because it's been fucking downhill for a solid couple decades.
Normal changed when on New Year's of 2000, everybody thought the world was going to end. That's when this fucking downhill spiral started.
I thought it was the monkey.
There were some good years after 2000.
Yeah, I think
Not
this all
really.
went. I think it all went downhill after Harambe.
Not really, because a year after that,
And then they killed the monkey.
a year after that
God
was
damn it.
9/11, and then a shit show ensued from then on out.
Oh fuck! I saw a meme about that. That was like, how long was the war in Afghanistan? And it was literally like the year that we were attacked, a baby was born. They grew up, enlisted, went to Afghanistan, and died. So if you want to know how long the war in Afghanistan was, it was roughly a lifetime. And I was like, that's
Wow.
depressing as fuck.
That's dark, man.
And I'm like, y'all need to. You
What
need
kind
a
of
hug.
anti-war propaganda shit are you looking at, man? Holy fuck.
Well, that's the thing is that was put on one of those like fucking veteran pages or whatever. That's
Yeah.
just stuck it on there. And I was like, motherfuck, y'all need a hug. Like,
For real.
Well,
fuck,
honestly,
somebody check on that dude.
when
That
we
cartoonist needs some help.
deployed, I didn't think my kids would be around
Right?
in the military.
Well, we were
getting
still
deployed.
at war.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
So
That's very true. I don't know. I was a kid. Like, I was fucking 19 when...
we all were.
Yeah.
I was 19 when fucking 9/11 happened.
Yep.
Like, I wasn't even fucking old enough to drink
Yeah,
yet.
I was 17.
Yeah. It's fucking weird to think about.
I was 17 when we went to war.
That's cute, you guys.
Well, just because you're fucking 5,470 years old, shit. You can't all be immortal, you motherfucking...
Invented war.
You fucking vampire. Jesus.
I've actually, if I bring you a present, will you hang it in your office?
Well, Mikey brought me one that's hanging in my office.
That's true.
All right, it's at my house. I'm gonna bring it to you.
If you ever happen to come to Warfighter Tobacco, look at Scott's light switch. It's a good one.
My boys saw it the other
If you
day.
happen to go to our old shop, go look at their light switch.
I wonder if
too.
they kept it.
We left it for them.
I hope they did.
I bet you they kept it. They're veterans, right?
Yeah, but yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
What the fuck was the question?
Are we back to normal or
I think there's a
whatever.
new normal.
Or will there ever be a normal?
I think there's a new normal. I think COVID fucking definitely threw a wrench in the plans of normality.
Do you know what I do like now is that there was so much shit that happened with that now everybody's gone like, fuck it. No, we're done. We're fucking done.
Yeah.
Like when the government was like, you have to wear masks to fly, and every airline was like, fuck you. And they were like,
Yeah.
all right, now you don't have to wear masks to fly anymore. And it was
Yeah.
like, all right. But like I think everybody just hit the point of like, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done.
So-
this is fucking done. Like the scare tactics, all that shit. And that's all they've done. They swung the pendulum so goddamn far that
Yeah.
it was just like the bulk of people just went, no, fuck you. I'm
Yeah.
done with this.
And,
Like,
and I'm talking about even like the fucking hardcore lefties are like,
are still
"Yeah,
like,
I'm all set.
all set.
I'm all set, man. Like I've played your fucking game for
Yep.
2 years. I'm over it.
I'm going to relate this question to.
It's like I got your vaccine. I still got fucking COVID. All right? Like, fuck.
I'm going to relate this to when you're in basic training and you
Yeah.
get out of basic training and you talk to some guys that are a little bit older than you. And they're like, well, back in my day, everything was blah, blah, blah. You know, it was always harder with the guy that went through it before. Well, they changed. It's softer
Sure.
now and it's different and blah, blah. And like
This fucking generation.
normal is subjective to the time frame that person's in.
100%.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
See, we're in a unique position with our age groups, you know, because we've fucking.
Well, three of us.
Well,
We're the
one of us
last-
is timeless.
We're the last group that like went through childhood without the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we fucking played outside.
Yeah,
what
without
I mean? So
social
we've seen-
media.
We've seen so many changes in our lifetime. Like it's fucking
We're
wild.
yeah. Our
to think
generation
about.
is interesting, right? Because like there's the older generations, and we can still relate to them because there's stuff that they had that we
the
had,
analog life.
right?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
the stuff that they had that we had, but then at the same time, there's the younger generation that somehow we're still able to relate to because we saw it all happen.
Yeah.
So we saw all that tech come in. We saw all the new norm come in. And so we were like the first adopters. Now it's
And then there's
default
an
for
even
them.
younger generation than that now too. That's like the don't at me, no cap fucking generation.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I don't know
You
what
know-
you just said.
But
Justin,
it's-
you want to translate?
But we saw both. Like, it's
Speaking
weird.
of that, like
He
I
just flipped
can-
me off.
I can relate to people who are like, I don't do social media, never have, never will. But I can't relate to people who are like, I'm not going to send an email because I don't know how. Like, dude,
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
too much. That's the line.
Yeah,
That's my
okay.
line.
Yeah, I understand that.
Social media, I get it. Great grandpa, I understand you don't want to do social media.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to do social media. Like,
But you should be able to send an email
yeah.
and understand that
Yeah.
it doesn't involve a stamp.
I don't understand the entrenched.
You know, like,
I don't understand the entrenched. I refuse to adapt.
yeah.
Like, I don't.
I bought stamps the other day and it felt weird.
Right?
Yeah.
feels dirty.
It felt weird buying
Yeah.
stamps.
I don't understand the entrenched. Like, I refuse to change. And it's like, well, everything has changed around you, so now you're just that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we have an interesting generation.
And so at what point, at what age is it okay to like, I'm not sending an email? For me,
It's not. It's just not.
no.
okay.
I feel like if you're older than 80 and you don't want to send an email, okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
But younger than 80,
Nope.
you
I don't
stay-
get it. And I don't get it. And the reason being is that like I still get emails from my grandmother on like family updates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now they've had my grandfather's passed, but their email was
Redacted.
AOL.com. Do not email my fucking grandmother.
Yeah, well, you might want to redact that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna redact that.
Yeah.
I don't think she checks it anymore, but at any rate, it was the couple's name on the email.
Yeah.
And but they were sending emails. I was getting emails from my grandfather, like literally up to the year before he like literally couldn't sit at the computer anymore.
You know what I do?
And how old was he at the time?
Well, he died at 84. So
Okay.
I was getting emails at 82, 83. But you're talking about somebody that did 2 tours in Vietnam, like
Right.
all that kind of stuff. And it's like this dude, as old school as he was, still understood that the world changes and
Yeah.
you have to adapt
Yeah.
to the fucking change. This whole like, I'm going to be this fucking island in the storm. You're just an idiot.
Yeah.
Like the
You're just
world
being a
is
stubborn
evolving.
old man.
It's not a fad. It's the new form. That'd
I
be
like technology.
Yeah.
So when self-driving cars come out, I'll probably get one.
Yeah, sign me up.
When flying cars come out, you're goddamn right I'm getting one.
They have those. Those are helicopters.
No.
No. He's talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's actually a company out of Canada that's.
But like I
producing
remember
Trying to.
reading
Yeah.
Popular Mechanics with my great grandpa. Or my grandpa actually. Reading Popular Mechanics in like the
Say it.
late 80s. Right?
No, I'm tracking.
But they were talking about in 20 years there's going to be these flying cars. And to this day, I'm disappointed that this isn't
Do
mainstream.
you know why there's not flying cars?
Because they're stupid.
Because people can barely drive cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Dude, we
That's
can't give
why.
them fucking unlimited access to up the like, dude.
they can't handle 2 dimensions. You're
We'd
gonna
be
let them
lo-
travel in 3.
We'd be losing motherfuckers in the stratosphere, like
Yeah.
left and right.
But I would love to.
I'm doing it.
I would love to see a pile up
Do you know?
on the.
Do you know why we don't have
35th
flying
floor of
cars? We don't have
downtown.
flying cars because motherfuckers that look at like Dodge Neons and are like, I could put a Hemi in that. Because you'd have some motherfucker that have a flying car and be like, yeah, it's good, but you know what would make it better? An LS swap. And it's like, no, it wouldn't. Like, it's not
you got
gonna
guys
be
like
better.
Kibby. I'm gonna
Kibby
put a
sitting off
fucking.
camera, he's
I'm
like,
It's-
gonna put a Harley engine in this bitch.
He's like,
no,
I feel
don't
attacked.
do it.
Kibby, I got a business for you because I think it's going to be a great business. Right now, there are small companies that do electric cars, right? Like you got Rivian, you got a couple like really small.
Fuck, I like their truck.
Right.
But Rivian truck is
But in
bad.
Yeah, it's
10
cool.
years from now, there's going to be a need for small companies that do fucking big V8 muscle cars.
Yep.
In 10 years, we got to have a small company.
Yep.
I have to have a small company
Do you
that
want-
does fucking muscle
Do
cars.
you want evidence of it? That new Bronco came out, and there's a company out there that does and they're called like Retro Bronco. Like it's not even a creative name or whatever. And
like-
all they
They need a
do,
new brand guy, Jazz. You should hit him up.
yeah, no shit. But they take the old Bronco frame and they put all the new tech in it.
I love it.
So it looks like the old Bronco. They're beautifully done. The
That's dope,
interiors are
yeah.
amazing or whatever, but it's all the modern everything. It's got all the modern GPS systems, all power everything, the beautiful stereos, incredibly reliable, like fuel injected, computer controlled engines, but it looks like the old Bronco. Now they're $160,000 starting,
Sure.
and that's before you
That's the
start
base model.
customizing it. Like it's
That's because they got to buy an old one
You guys
first.
see Volkswagen?
yeah,
Go ahead.
but
We're on the cusp of like 2023 Camaros, Corvettes,
they're all electric.
Hellcats. Everything's dying. They're
Well,
going away. They're getting away from it.
Chevy
and
did
they're
that-
going to go to electric.
You're 100% right. Chevy just did that big thing where their entire lineup from muscle car to sedan to pickup, it was all electric all the way through. Like,
Which, like, I get it. Times may
Yeah.
need to change, but you can't tell me that. I mean, it's got to be less than 10% of the muscle car buyers today that are buying Hellcats, Corvettes, Camaros are going to be like, yeah, that electric one, I'm all in. No, they're going to want they're going to want that fucking V8.
And here's
they're
the
gonna
thing
want
is
that
that
fucking supercharger.
100%. And the thing
Yeah.
is that they're trying to advertise and it's like, yeah, but the electric cars make this much power. And I'm like, do you know what they don't do though? They don't rock my car to one side. They don't make the noise
Yeah.
that a V8 does.
Yeah.
Like-
I don't get a boner when I step
Yeah.
on the gas.
I
man.
can't.
Yeah.
The girl in the passenger seat doesn't get off because of the cam.
Right?
Dude, it's simple shit. Like when I bought the new truck.
Like
and
I wanted to hurt your fucking ears when I rock.
right? When I bought the new truck and I knew I wanted the truck with the 5.0 in it. I wanted the V8 truck. And there's a button in there that I can push and it changes everything and it changes the exhaust note. And every once in a while, just for shits and giggles, I will push the button because of the noise that
Yeah.
truck makes when I accelerate. Is it that fast? No. But the sound of that thing transitioned over and the sound of that V8 and the way it's coming through the exhaust, as a car guy,
Yeah.
I just like the noise.
That's home.
Like, it just
That's
feels
home.
right. Like
Yeah.
it's my truck. It makes a big V8 noise.
But imagine in 10 years from now.
Oh, I know. I'm already not looking forward to it because I'm already like,
Yeah.
even when I had my minis, the reason I always had supercharged or turbo powered minis was I like the noise. I like the turbo bark and the supercharged whine. And like, I like all of the noise that it makes.
That's weird to me, but
Did you guys see that Volkswagen?
That's Jazz's touch of the tism.
Volkswagen's coming out. They're going to re-release the Scout.
Oh, that's dope.
It's an electric vehicle.
Oh, boo.
Speaking
Right.
of scouts,
DeLorean's coming back out.
I just heard
Electric.
the price
They're
is
making
right.
them here.
Bum, beer in my mind. Fuck.
actually, I was driving on 2252 to go get breakfast the other day. And you know where you know where Bracken, all the Bracken shit, Bracken
Yeah.
cars, Bracken
Over-
bar,
over-
Bracken
by
guns,
over
all that kind
yonder?
of stuff.
Yeah.
Over yonder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right
It's
over
right next to over
yonder.
yonder.
Yeah.
There's that one like yard in front of that house, and there's always some random car for sale in front
Yeah.
of it. There's an International Scout sitting there with a for sale sign in the front of it, and it
I
looks
know how
clean.
I'm driving home.
I didn't get close to it.
Yeah, right.
I didn't.
Fuck.
I didn't get up on it, but it's like an OD green International Scout
God
for
damn it.
sale, and I was like, I like my truck, but I don't like it that much.
I've been watching Animal Kingdom, and one of the guys has a fucking
that
beautiful
thing's
Scout.
Beautiful.
God
too.
damn it.
Dude, I
I
would
love
kill
them, dude.
for an International
They don't make
Scout.
them like that no more, man.
They're
Those things
so
are fucking
expensive
tanks.
though. To get a good Scout, they're fucking so
And they didn't
expensive.
used to be, man. They used to be like the fucking Jeep
'Cause-
Wrangler
but
of fucking
nobody knew what
life.
it was.
Yeah.
It, like so, you
when I
could
was
get a
in-
Scout cheap. Now all of a sudden, it's like, was that an International Scout? Yeah. How much is it? 50 grand. Fuck you.
When I was
right.
in high school, I bought an '88 Ford Bronco. It had 62,000 miles on it, and I bought it for $3 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a 73 Blazer that had like a rebuilt 327 in it from fucking God knows. It was out of a 68 Stingray. It was, I knew that that's where they got the fucking, they'd gotten the 327 out of a 68 Stingray Vet.
So it wasn't a 327. It was a converted 327.
Yeah, yeah.
But the 327 didn't come out till 71
That's correct.
because they built it for NASCAR. When the Camaro entered NASCAR, they built the 327. So what they did is they took a 350 and dropped a 283 crank in it.
That's exactly what it
De-stroked
was.
it to a 327.
And that's what was in my 73 Blazer.
Yeah.
And I think I paid $1,200
Yeah.
for that thing.
Yeah.
God, the 327 was such a fucking good motor.
Oh, dude, climb up a fucking wall and
I
that thing.
think 11 to 1.
I didn't even have a
Oh,
fucking, I didn't have a
so
front
good.
drive shaft. That motherfucker would still go up like walls, bro.
So good.
For my Trans Am, I think I gave like $7 grand for it.
Yeah.
Now that same fucking car would be like 50.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm getting to the age where I want to buy my high school car.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And I've been trying to find an El Camino SS. It's like
That is the most
35, 40
middle-aged
grand.
shit I've
Oh, I
ever
know
heard.
that I want my high school car back.
Speaking of the front,
I made
drive
fun of
shaft,
my
You wanna know
wife.
what though? If I found a 73 Blazer, I'd be like, I'm buying it.
That's like what when I were at the gym right after fucking Leon got his Elko.
Yeah.
And I rolled up on gyms and there was that Elko sitting out front. And I was like, yo, does anybody know whose El Camino that is? And Leon was like, oh, that's mine. I was like, fuck. Like, there's no way you're selling that damn thing.
God damn it.
Yeah, I can't even like challenge you for it because you're just gonna be like snapped like a like.
I had a, I think it was a '91 F-150 when I was in high school. I got rid of my Bronco, got that because the Bronco is.
You broke it.
Long story short, I left it in the creek for 3 days.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
It still ran. I just couldn't get it out, so
'Cause
I
they
had to
don't-
get a big enough vehicle to pull it out.
Because they don't make them like they used
Exactly.
to.
But so we were four wheeling one day, and I fucking blew a U joint in my rear drive shaft, and we were like 30 miles from like the house, and I was just like, "Fuck." Nate's like, "Put it in front wheel drive or put it in 4-wheel drive," and I'm like, "Fucking genius." So I drove a F-150 front wheel drive for 30 miles to get home. It worked.
Do it.
I mean, yeah.
So
it'll work.
all of this, I think, essentially boils down to answer the debate question.
I forgot what we were even talking
Well, it's about
we
the
are,
normal.
We are not going to come back
Like-
to what we would consider like it's done and we're back to normal. And the reason is, look at what has happened in the last 3 years outside of like whatever vaccines and mask mandate. Ignore all of that. Just go into the advancements that happened, how big Tesla has gotten in the last couple of years, that
SpaceX.
Rivian has come along, that all of these things are now becoming normal. And you're having ideas like there needs to be a company that can retrofit for big V8s. I think what we have to look at is not necessarily are we back to normal? It's what has happened in this crazy, this 3 years of isolation and all the weird ideas and shit that has happened in the last 3 years because there wasn't essentially the office squirrel mentality of distracting people. The world has stepped forward in a huge way.
Which is really
And that's actually what's changed everything.
the
It's-
reason we have $5 gas right now is because they're pushing the electric shit. When we had
Yes.
dollar gas, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
So that's kind of why I brought up our generation of being like that mini half analog, half digital generation, just because we've already lived through so much fucking change. We're the most fluid, fucking like go
we are
with the flow.
by far the most adaptable.
Like yeah, like
Yeah.
like we're born.
I
of
wouldn't
change.
say we're the most fluid because there's generations after us that are very gender fluid.
Well, that's a different kind of fluid. but
thing is that
we're the
even
most
on that-
adaptable generation.
Even on that personality wise, that whole non-definition. They have gone so non-definition that they've defined everything.
They've defined toxic masculinity.
They've defined absolutely everything. And so it's I don't wear labels, but here's my 19 labels.
Yeah.
It's actually the exact opposite of being able to adapt to change
They've
and being
gone
accepting
so
of something else.
liberal that they're no longer liberal.
It's not even that. It's the conservatives in that
You know what they
generation
didn't
are so
define?
conservative that they're unaccepting of fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like they've become
They're incapable of adapting to change.
everything has become myopic because they're able to build a self-enclosed bubble.
Yeah.
And-
Echo chambers, bro.
You know what they didn't define that we did? Transplaining.
That's right.
Yep. You heard it here first,
We
folks.
define that. That's true.
It's just, but we are extreme. But I
that's-
don't have a
that's-
problem with the change. Like, I'm with Scott.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
As soon
because
as I see an electric vehicle that I think is actually viable for the long term, and it's not just it'd be great in town, but then if I want to travel, I need to have my gas vehicle too, or whatever. As soon as one becomes available that's like, nope, I could drive to Dallas and back, and I don't have to worry about it's definitely an overnight, or it's
Yeah.
definitely this, or it's definitely that, da 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 da. I have no problem going with an electric vehicle.
You gotta
at
find
that
a fucking
point. I
charging
totally get it.
station.
All you have
somewhere
to do
and
is
shit.
put a portable generator in your trunk. It's fine.
No
Just,
big deal.
just a gas powered
Yeah.
portable generator.
And then
that-
just leave it plugged in while you're driving.
Yeah.
You're good.
but it's
So an engine.
No.
No, it's a generator, Mikey.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. So,
So,
but that's what I'm
instead
saying.
of an
Like,
alternator that runs my engine, I've got an engine that runs my alternator.
Right?
It's a,
that's what I'm saying is our generation is so adaptable that we might not be the best people to answer this fucking debate question. You know what I mean? Because we're so go with the flow. We've
Tell me
adapted
normal.
to everything.
tell me normal. 'Cause
Yeah,
I, like,
That's the thing. Is
There's
like,
a
what's
lot
normal?
of there's a lot of
You know?
change I don't like. So
It frightens him. Here.
no, it's not that, and it's okay to go yeah, that changed, but I liked this version or whatever.
yeah.
When it becomes a problem is when you want to rail against the change.
Scott misses flip phones.
and
You
you're
know-
not somebody. I
know
know
where
you.
I-
We make a lot of jokes on the show, but I
You
know
know why I
I know
miss flip
Scott.
I do miss flip phones.
Because they didn't know where I was.
you just fucking click.
The one that I actually missed was the fun where you hit the button and it went shink and slid out like a fucking switchblade.
The
I missed
sidekick.
that. No. I had a sidekick.
The
I'm
sidekick
talking about
was
the
the
one where
big
you,
one that flipped
Yeah.
up.
the one from the Matrix where you hit the button
Yeah.
and the little flap
chocolate.
that covered. And
I like
whap, and it
flip phones
flipped
because
up
when
and-
you hung
the
up
choc-
on
the
somebody,
chocolate.
they heard it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Click.
Or at least it was satisfying to you. Fuck this guy.
You know, I drew the line when they got rid of the gun emoji and they made it a squirt gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can still have a dick emoji.
Right.
Or a pregnant man.
Yeah, there's pregnant dudes now.
That's fun. It's fun for everyone.
Yeah,
That's why there's a baby fucking
By the way,
baby
you're not
formula shortage.
you're not
All these dudes got pregnant.
you're not innovating anything. Fucking Schwarzenegger did that shit in 93.
Yeah, right. There was a whole movie about
Yeah.
it, and it was a shitty movie. But
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah,
fucking,
it's not new.
Yeah,
Base
like,
your whole life on a
like,
shitty movie.
You know,
Everything runs in cycles. That's why Jinko jeans are back.
bam, right. You ever watch yourself?
And now flip
1992's
phones are back.
Rodeo champion.
They're touch screens, but they're fucking
So-
flip phones. They
Yeah.
fucking fold and shit. Like,
the cycle. How long does the how
20
long
years.
is the
10
cycle?
years. Yeah, 10 to
it's
20 years.
20 years.
That's it.
Yeah.
20 years is the fashion and technology cycle.
Just think about PC. The last time PC was a thing was right around.
Yeah,
2000?
Just the breakover of 2000.
That's when PC became like a huge thing, and then right before 2020,
And then
PC
about-
got fucking crazy
about
big again.
08, 09, 2010.
Yeah, but
Nobody
it
gave a
hasn't-
fuck about
it-
anything
it-
anymore. And
Yep.
now we're back to
So
everything's PC.
We got to hang on for about 5 more
I
years.
gotta get to
boys.
about 2028. And I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Yep. It'll take about 5 more years, and everybody's gonna be like, you know what? Fuck
Fuck
you. Yep.
So not that it's a bad debate question, but to be honest with you, there's no fucking answer because you can't define normal. We're not going to get back to normal because we weren't normal 3 years ago and we're not normal now. I
Never
will
been
tell you, I'm
fucking
tired of living through fucking history. Like I'm done with that. Like if we could just get back to I lived in rather boring times.
Yeah,
I'd be down.
Yeah.
But I'm at this point, I'm now too old and too
I have
broken
a-
to want all of this excitement anymore.
I have a feeling though that when we are like 70 or 80 and we look back at the quote unquote history books, it's gonna be boring as fuck.
oh yeah.
Because everything's going to work itself out and it's going to be like, oh yeah, and then there was this scare in 2020 about this
And it was
virus
all
thing.
fake and
And,
yeah.
and
It's all
these
going to turn
people-
into a conspiracy theory, and it didn't really happen.
Yeah.
And
Let's get turn into the moon landing.
It's like Holocaust deniers.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they didn't kill 7 million people. Nope, they did.
Nothing happened.
They did. They very much did.
Yeah,
And,
it definitely happened.
Yeah, we landed on the moon. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
that's a thing too. Like, if you don't go to anybody that actually conducts science, there's actually reflector dishes on the moon, and your average just Joe Schmo looks at the stars for fun, can take his telescope, you can see the shit we left on the moon.
Yeah.
Like, it happened.
Yeah.
Like,
So what was the debate?
it's not hard to fire a rocket at a rock.
What was the debate question?
Now that it's over,
Will anything ever get back?
are we
to
going
normal?
back? Are we now returning back to normal?
Oh, I think so.
It's turning back to recognizable.
Yeah.
I think is
Yeah.
probably the better term.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's
Like,
recognizable.
I recognize
It's some
things now.
semblance of normality, but it's not.
It's
but-
recognizable.
because again, define normal.
but again, an event happened. It changed things. Like, have we ever returned to normal since we had a status quo? 9/11 happened. It changed things. Have we returned to normal since then?
Have we ever returned to normal since women were allowed to drive or vote?
Here we fucking go.
No, but no, he's got a point, and he's got a point because what happened is it's an event.
Please explain this.
Yeah, I'm sitting this one the fuck out.
I got you.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I got you.
No,
I got you.
Seriously,
Here's the deal.
But it is.
It's
the new normal.
it was a culturally changing event.
Sure.
So after that happened, it changed things. The voter structure changed. Everything changed. When did we return to normal after that happened?
The 13th Amendment fucking
No, no,
denied
I know,
over
right?
here.
No,
It's
When did we return to normal?
It's when everybody who gave a
Well-
fuck died,
Yeah.
right?
But it's not that we returned to normal. It's just that behavior became recognizable because now it wasn't a big deal anymore. It's everybody adjusted. You
Yeah.
adapted to this new cultural change. Now this happened and we all did we're all going to have
So,
that whole,
If
you
for
know what's going to happen
listeners
is
out
that
there,
5 years from now, you're going to put some jacket on that you fucking haven't worn in forever and you're going to reach in the pocket and you're going to pull out some fucking mask and be like, oh, fuck that. And you're going to throw it. Like, that's going to be what it's going to become. It's not necessarily that we're returning to normal. It's just it's going to be an event. It changed some shit, but we got back to a recognizable form of like a recognizable pattern of behavior. And there's going to be little reminders, but we've adapted as a species. And that's just kind of what it is now.
for you listeners out there that want to go experience what Scott was talking about briefly, go to Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're going in reverse.
They
Right now.
they just went in fucking reverse 50 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's shocking what happens when you let the Taliban run the things again.
Imagine
It's
that.
weird. But they said they weren't going to do that.
Weird.
They promised.
But they have much better trigger discipline.
They even signed a fucking piece of paper.
Yeah.
God damn it. Why
that-
isn't anybody holding them accountable?
Well, we have a new war.
Yeah. There's a new war. Did you
Just
know?
like the old war.
Do you know how
we
much
just
has
gave
been?
40 billion over
I was
there.
just going to say, you know how much has been spent from the U.S. on that fucking war?
40 billion.
Not that it's a big deal, but I believe
No,
it's
no, no,
80
no, no, no,
billion.
No, it's
No,
40,
no, no, no.
46.
No. We allocated 40 billion for the Ukrainian effort. Now, when what's his nuts came out and said like, I will, huh?
Biden?
No, Rand Paul, when he said, sure, I will vote for it to go support the Ukraine as soon as you show me where all the dollars are going.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everybody went, It's the same thing like Elon bought Twitter and everybody freaked the fuck out. But that dude wrote that article from the World Health Organization that was like, he's got all this money and for whatever it was, like $2 billion, he could end world hunger. And Elon stepped forward and was like, cool,
Yeah,
I will
open your
end world
books.
hunger. You show me that nobody profits.
Yeah.
I will stroke the check tomorrow as soon as you show me that nobody profits.
Open your
And we'll
books
end
and I'll
world
do it.
hunger.
Yeah.
Show me all the numbers that nobody gets a cut. That we are just going to solve this problem. And I'll stroke the check right fucking now.
Yeah.
And nobody could provide the
Yeah.
numbers.
They shut the fuck up real quick, didn't they?
And that's the thing is like, so yes, is the Ukraine going to cost us $40 billion? Yes. Is $40 billion going to go to the Ukraine? No.
Yeah.
Like it just is what it is. And I don't give a fuck what side of the aisle you're on.
What do you think's paying for that bar in the Capitol?
Your surplus tax revenue from the
My
constituency.
favorite part about that is the surplus aspect of it. We have national debt. There's no fucking surplus.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
there
we've got
shouldn't
liquor
be.
surplus apparently.
There's no surplus.
Yeah.
There's none. And if there's a surplus, that should be my fucking tax return.
Yeah. Shout out to my accountant though, who took me from owing $7,400 to getting back $619. Fucking.
He's a real one.
Yeah, that's a real MVP. Fuck your doctor. I found the guy.
John and I were listening
Amazing.
to the news on the
Well, there's your first
Friday,
mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But they were talking about how there was a law passed that
Oh
it is
yeah,
now legal for alcohol to be delivered to
in bulk.
in bulk to Congress.
Yep.
How do you think they're going to fuel that open bar?
No, this is the individuals.
Yes.
If they want to order booze in bulk through distribution, they can now do it by law.
So we're essentially allowing representatives to operate as
No,
a
don't get
company?
me wrong. Like, I'm more jealous and I'm mad.
Yeah, right.
You know what? No. God
being-
damn
No,
it.
if they can do it, I can fucking do
Like,
it.
I'm just being a hater at this
I
point. Fuck.
hated Nancy Pelosi until today. She's getting booze delivered in bulk, and she's going to open a bar. Like, God damn it, woman. You got some shit
What the
figured
fuck, man?
out.
I opened a bar and you still hate me.
And we let her drive.
Here's the thing about Nancy Pelosi. She's going to remain in office some way, shape, and form. And this is how she's doing it.
Yeah, she's already
you guys,
hammered."
everyone hates me. So you know what? Booze for everyone. They're like, you're not that bad.
Right? After 3 or 4 shots, I'll consider saying yes.
See, this is how the Crypt Keeper gets you.
Yeah.
You ever,
Yeah.
they tell you a fancy story, offer you a drink. And,
Yeah.
Somebody make that meme. I just want to see the side by side of the Crypt Keeper and Nancy Pelosi and tell me I'm fucking
It's the
wrong.
same
It's
picture.
the same person.
It's that pitch. It's that meme from The Office where it's like, find the difference. It's the same picture.
Yeah. So,
And for the love of God, somebody bring back Celebrity Deathmatch.
Please.
oh, that's such a good show.
Miles Lane.
but don't
man.
use claymations. Use real people.
Real people. Oh, like that celebrity boxing thing that happened when Tanya Harding.
Tanya
and
Harding
did-
fought fucking like.
Yes. Bring that back.
Yeah, that was fun.
Somebody should have gave her a
Bring that
crowbar.
back. And I say we fucking pass that law where if the general public decides these two people need to fight each other, they have to show up.
It's just like it's like a general election, but it's for a death match.
Right. This is like what we were talking about with the runoff.
Yeah.
It actually
They
needs to be a
have to
foot
run.
race. Yeah. So my vote on your debate question is there was never a normal. All we have now is somewhat recognizable.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with him. Yeah,
I think I'd agree.
Scott.
Yep, sure.
There's no normal.
like,
I w- like. No, never
those
mind.
confounded women driving and shit.
It was
I was like-
it was a valid point.
You know what we should do? We should.
Jazz understood it. You guys didn't
We let
get
them
it.
vote and drive. God damn it! Now look.
Hey man, 9/11 was because of white women.
And Starbucks.
Oh man,
We should sit down and do some homework.
no.
And
Prohibition was because of drunk white women.
Yeah.
we should make a list of what today's normal is. Just to show how fucked up normal is right now.
Yeah,
Then updated every like 5 years or so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but normal
we could do it every year. Remember when this was normal?
normal
How
in
you
the,
feel
in
about
the
that?
media or
I
actually
actually-
normal in real
I
life?
had this
Because
discussion-
it's two different
I
things.
had this
Normal
discussion at
to
my
a
bar
city.
today about defining normal. And what we were talking about is now this new term, this neurodivergent thing. And that's the new term for anybody whose brain works a little bit differently than somebody else. And my argument is everybody's brain works independently from somebody else because
Yeah.
your brain, literally the structure and the way it fires,
Neurodivergent.
Hopefully,
Yes.
hopefully.
but the way that your brain functions is literally influenced by your entire life of experience.
Yeah.
Literally changes the shape and performance of your brain.
Yeah,
So by saying neurodivergent because it's a little off from normal, you can't show a baseline because there is no baseline. There
Yeah.
is no core structure of how a brain works because every single brain structure and performance is different from everything else. They are completely independent.
yeah.
So how the fuck are you telling me it's divergent
like-
when you have no baseline?
People are like I'm a bad test taker. Oh, so you're stupid? Got it.
Yeah, like, you don't get to blame it on something
Like,
else. Like
Yeah,
it just is what
I
it
just
is.
Didn't get that. Like,
Yeah,
fuck. Like
I've
it's
met-
okay.
yeah.
You learn differently. Than some people learn with their hands.
100%.
Some people learn by fucking listening to lectures. Some people have to learn visually.
You'll run
You
into
know, like,
people that are
The girl with 2 black eyes
incredibly
was slow.
yeah, but you'll run into people that are incredibly skilled tradespeople.
She can drive.
They're incredibly skilled tradespeople.
Invo.
You're not going to discuss astrophysics with them,
Right?
but then they're going to come and tell you exactly
Like,
how.
Kibby's a hell of a welder. I'm not going to talk to him about dark matter.
Is he really though?
You know what I mean? Like,
He pushes the play button on a machine.
well, it's okay. You know, like, but I'm not going to talk to him about dark energy and dark matter and why the universe is ever expanding and shit like that or whatever, and how it's speeding up and shit like that. Like, I'm not going to
You know, I had that conversation with him literally yesterday.
really. Were you drinking?
No,
Well, I only see him when he's drinking.
oh, that
Anyways,
because we were actually talking about
to
the-
unravel the great unknown, I'm not
Yeah.
going to go to a fucking.
There
you
is
know,
no normal. I think we're just back to somewhat recognizable. That's
Yeah.
my stance on the debate question.
I'm kind of there with it. John, what do you think?
Sure.
John and Scott are both like, whatever.
Dark matter has a lot to do with Uranus. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's why it's on its side.
Start in the shower.
Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com, kids. Use that code FTFO. Screw yourself that sweet 15% off. Freedom Friends 25 for a quarter off your order over at owellness.us and Freedom Friends 10 over at Icy Tech Coolers. Get yourself 10% off over there. Thanks for listening to this fucking, I don't know what the fuck this was.
It was not normal.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was.
If this is the new normal, then I'm terrified. Like, share,
Compare this to
subscribe,
one of our early debates.
smash them buttons. Tell your mom.
Tell your
Dear
friends.
Tell your mom's friends.
Goddamn right. Really just three things, boys. Not hard to do.
Johnny,
Words to live by. They make me normal, I think. They're my normal.
well, they're recognizable.
They should be like a worldwide standard.
Yeah, it's recognizable
Yeah, it's a recognizable
and
standard.
executable. It's a
Yeah.
baseline.
Yeah.
Johnny, what are they?
Smoke on.
Scott?
Oh, drink on.
God damn it.
Freedom the fuck on.
Later.